Good evening one and all, and you're very welcome once again to the Duncairn Centre right here in the heart of North Belfast, and we're ready for another episode of Take Two. We hope that you are at home as well. My name's Conor Caldwell. I'm delighted to be back with you this week, and even more delighted in just a couple of minutes to introduce last week's host, Josh Healy, now an employee of the centre here, and he's going to be playing with his duo, the Alcoves, in a specially commissioned performance from the American Bar. We also have a Duncairn debutant this evening in the form of Jack Loughrey. He's going to be bringing his unique brand of spoken word poetry to you this evening. The spotlight will also be firmly on North Belfast in this episode as we visit Siofra Cahirty, and she's going to tell us all about her business Jump the Hedges, which is based just about a mile up the road from where we are this evening. We also have award-nominated music from Niamh Regan, who joined us this week just after her nomination for the RTE Folk Awards. And in a special addition to tonight's programme, our Centre's Director Ray Giffen sits down with the Communities Minister Carál, who reflects on the last 10 months or so in her position, looking after the arts and community sector, and she addresses some of the challenges that the community has faced in that time. But we're going to kick off the show this evening with music from a young man who I first met in 2015 when he was just making a name for himself on the Dublin session scene. And since then, Kevin Meehan has gone from strength to strength and now is widely recognised as one of the best whistle players in Ireland. So, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off this episode of Take Two, the Kevin Meehan Trio.
1, 2, 3, 4. is our first set of jigs called I Have It Somewhere. I'm Kevin Meehan from Dublin on the whistle. This is Shane McCartan on guitar and Patrick Meehan on boron. And our next set is called Rockaville Island. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a set of reels called Rockabilly Island, and we're going to play a Spanish point for you now. This is a set of jigs called the Soup Dragon. We're going to play a Scottish march for you now, followed by a reel called Inches from Dublin, written by Pádraig Rinn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks very much for listening to us. We hope you enjoyed the tunes. This is our last set called Noosa. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So this is for the music scene that's been left out in the cold. Try and envision a religion that's based upon smooth transitions and rhythm. A conjugations across nations celebrating the fact that the weekend has landed. That is our vocation. Because we don't believe in omnipotent beings in the skies above. All that exists now is peace, love, and green doves. See, in our church, we don't recite passage. We keep holy the Sabbath as we listen to Nina Kravitz, and we patiently wait at pearly gates which open late and close somewhere in the early hours. Our church is teeming with sinners in need of redeeming. Some heathens ready to believe what we believe in. These are the makings of our underworldly clergy, born slippy, yet still protest that they're not worthy to the man on the altar spinning ones and twos. Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. These shameless, nameless, blameless faces have put blind faith in chastened status. Their amazing grace is their faith and faithless. If God is the DJ, then we pray that he plays deep basses forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Amen. We got the Holy Trinity. Bass, treble, snare, and like a pebble I am dropped in an ocean of devotion and a ripple out emotions of love. Must be the green doves kicking in. I get butterflies and the plummets in my stomach and my heart rate begins to palpitate in the same rhythm as the BPM that I can literally feel the music. I am a minister of sound. And we savor the lasers as if they came from the Savior himself. I got a choir of high definition speakers blasting me with some blasphemy and sacrilegious instruments. I get a glorious chorus notorious in his 10 crack commandments. Rule number 4, I know you heard this before. Never get high on your own supply. The only rules that martyr lived and died by. The only rules that these churchgoers abide by. Our brazen souls were in need of saving. I'm caught somewhere between heaven and hell raising. I can smell the burning bush blazing. As I'm praising the quality of this DJ set, I'm embracing some people that I've never met. Claiming the music is heaven sent as I am baptized in my own sweat. There's no communion. We've only got community. DJ killing it so much I wrote a fucking eulogy. Cool as can be. For his final coup de grace, the DJ fixes the switches and triggers a mix of Prince's Kiss that I've just never heard before, but I am convinced. And those who aren't, they scream one more tune. But I've seen the light as it envelops the room, signifies that church is closing. Thou shalt not steal, yet this show has been stolen by a master class that the pastor blast. He bestows upon us his final act. He says, Jack, go in peace and love, but for God's sake, kids, stay off the drugs. And that's the gospel according to some deadbeat.
My name is Shifra Caherty, and I am a designer and maker based here in North Belfast in Little America Congress Studios. My business is called Jump the Hedges, and I mainly create bags from reclaimed materials. Currently, I use truck tarpaulin, which is the curtain sides of lorries, and I make a selection of different kinds of bags for everyone really, like bum bags and like bags for swimming and backpacks and bags for carrying your shopping, and I make them all here on this sewing machine in my studio, and we're based just at the foot of Cave Hill Mountain. I worked as a designer prior to this for about 7 years, and then I gave it all up to start my own business and try to create sustainable products and have the opportunity to work with my hands again myself. About two years ago now, I'm just back. I won a travelling fellowship with the Winston Churchill Foundation, which gave me the opportunity to travel across the United States and Canada and parts of Europe, researching zero waste approaches to design, community and education. That was an amazing experience because it let me see what was going on internationally and also how it could be applied back here in my own community and how I could create my own zero waste community within my own business. And I got to visit like the Park Slope Food Cooperative, for example, in New York. I got to visit Copenhagen Fashion Summit, which is the largest sustainable fashion conference in the world. I got to go to San Francisco and go to like labs that were creating fabrics from mushrooms and from spider silk, and I got to see everything that was happening with regards to zero waste. And this is 2 years ago, and the things that I saw are kind of only starting to trickle into the news now, really. And it really has given me the opportunity to look at my business in a bigger way and how it can be evolved into more of a community focus and how you can create community through a shared interest and a shared ethos of sustainability. So I mainly sell my products online. I started off selling through Instagram solely before I even got a website, and I sold through Instagram stories was the first thing. I'd be like making a bag and I would say only one of these, and people would direct message me, and then I would sell it. And then I developed a website, which is jumpthehedges.com. And from that, people are able to buy the bags online. And so it really is a direct to consumer business as opposed to wholesale. I tried to retail through shops, but I couldn't meet the wholesale prices. In order to keep my bags affordable, I do direct to consumer, which works out much better for me because I know where every single bag goes. And also it means that I don't have to worry about multiple avenues of moving stock. I also have in the past have sold through festivals and kind of one-off events. So last year and the year before, I worked at Body and Soul and Electric Picnic and Another Love Story, and I sold my products alongside giving workshops on zero waste design, and we created like small accessories from waste banner cloth. And also then I worked as part of the build team on Electric Picnic, and I used waste banner cloth and tarpaulin to make overhangs in the area so that people could shelter from rain. So that was great because it was an opportunity to see these materials that I use in a real world setting and how they can be used beyond just accessories really. And all those tarps, the overhangs that we made will all be reused at future Electric Picnics.
What's the news? What's the news? Only bullshit here with your long barrel guns of the sea. Say what wind from the south blows your messenger here with your hymns and the dawn of the free. Goodly news, will I bring you the forth? Goodly news, will I hear? And it's set by the Slaney's red wave. Poor old Wexford, stripped naked, hung high on the cross, with her heart pierced by traitors and names. Glory, oh, to the brave men who died for the cause of long downtrodden man. Glory, oh, to my Leicester's old darling and pride, on Kelly, the boy from Carál. or more. Hiking, working, travelling in style. I'm a vagabond from Erin's Isle. Sunburnt thumbs stuck up in the air. Many's a left from here to there. Cars and buses and vans and trains in the punishing heat, the snow and the rain. Whack full of diddle, full of Iro day. Whack full of diddle, full of Iro. Mrs. Stolen, your son, he isn't working. I came from Dublin to Jerusalem town. Had a drink or two on the journey down. At a railway station called Garden Ord, I missed my train to Garden Ord. 3 days later in Napoli, on the Turkish boat we sailed to sea. Slept in a hot hole down below, travelling tourist class row. Whack full of diddle, full of Iro day. Oh, whack full of diddle, full of Iro. Mrs. Dolan, your son, he isn't working. I was in the Gulf of Aqaba. I met some paddies and we had a fly. We danced through the streets of Ela town and sang songs south of Garryowen. I was travelling, I don't know. You pack up your gear, get up and go. Leave the rest for another bout. I could damn well do a pint to start. Whack full of diddle, full of Iro day. Whack full of diddle, full of Iro. Mrs. Dolan, your son, he isn't working. Whack full of diddle, full of Iro day. Oh, whack full of diddle, full of Iro. Mrs. Dolan, your son, he isn't working.
Hello, my name is Niamh Regan and I'm delighted to be here in beautiful Belfast in the Duncairn, and I'm going to sing you a few songs, and I'm going to start off with one called How About That Coffee. So how about that coffee? Well, maybe later. I feel you don't have the time to kill anymore. And are you still singing? Writing in the afternoons. I don't know if you know I'm married, having a baby soon. So how about that coffee? Tell me how you're really doing, 'cause I'm sure of some stories you could tell. He said call if you want to, write if you feel you, but we're never gonna really stay in touch. No, we're never gonna fall back in love. He said call if you want to, write if you feel you, but we're never gonna really stay in touch. No, we're never gonna fall back in love. So how about that coffee? Tell me how you're really doing. I heard your father passed it in whether to write or to call. Maggie left your brother and he's doing better than before. I follow you on every platform and I know the score. I've just been wild busy, it's been like nothing before, nothing before. So how about that coffee? Well, And I feel we don't have the time just to kill anymore. Just to kill. Well, it was so easy just to fall in love, but it's a whole different story just to stay in love. Was he tall or was he handsome? Was he a breath of fresh air? Charming and enticing, she would take you out of here, because you're young and you're full of joy in your steps. And no one's gonna tell you what's coming next. Well, if it's so easy just to fall in love, but it's a whole different story just to stay in love. So come home and stay there, tell me what to do. And come home and stay there, would you tell me what to do? Oh, and come home and stay here, tell me what to do. Oh, come home and stay here, tell me what I should do. Cause no one ever talks about tomorrow, the rainy day never left. My darling, he lives in America. How do you feel about that? And everyone just says it's so easy, you only have to push on through. Your darling, he lives in America. What does that do for you? Oh, if it's so easy, I'll throw it back to you. And if it's so easy, I still don't know what to do. Cause it was so damn difficult to ask how you were. And it is so damn difficult to know who you are. And are you bitter, are you fickle, looking for someone new? And I'm tired, I am saddened that I could not see it through. Are you bitter, are you fickle, looking for someone new? And I'm tired, I'm saddened that I could not see it through. What to do, what to do, what to do. So come home, stay there, tell me what to do. And come home, stay there, would you tell me what to do?
So this is the first track off my debut album, Hemmit, and it's called Something So Good.
Kiss me in your bed again. Touch my warm skin. Don't tell me what you're thinking of. And don't tell me where we stand. And I'm old enough to know by now, can't do it on my own. And the saddest part is I get no choice. no real choice at all. We had something good and it's all gone away. Something so good and it's over now. Something so good and it's all gone to waste. Something so good and it's over now. And I'm no good for you. I'm no good at telling the truth. I'm no good for you. I'm no good at seeing things through. And we had something good and it's all gone away. Something so good and it's over now. Something so good and it's all gone to waste. Something so good and it's over now. What's the matter with the time I keep? It runs circles around me all day. And why can't I complete a task and feel good at the end of the day? Why don't you turn the TV off or go out and feel that sun in your face? I can't explain the lump in my chest. It holds me down, pushes you away. And I told you I was doing just fine this way. There's no need to worry that way. I'm doing it for you, I'm doing it for the kids' sake. And I wish I could save the day. What's the matter with mercy? It doesn't call around here no more. No quick fixes knocking at your door. No quick fix coming soon. And I told you I would take what they told me to take, even if it means I can't feel my face. I'm doing it for you, I'm doing it for the kids' sake. And I wish I could save the day. Told you I was doing fine this way, on my own way. And I wish I could save the day, but I can't. And I wish I could save the day, but I can't. What was the name of the movie star who used to hang above your bed? And which superpower did you wish for before you started wishing you were dead? And why can't you remember the good old days? Why can't you remember me? And the sting from the nettle you let me nurse it with some dark leaves. Don't I wish that I could help you just like that today? To have an answer, to hold some faith. But some sadness just feels this way when you lose sight of your fortune. When you lose sight of your fortune. Told you I was doing first way, on my own way. And I wish I could save the day, but I can't. And I wish I could save the day, but I can't. Riding around, well, this one-horse town, hoping to run into you with nothing to say and nothing to prove. But you should know by now, well, if you are the one, I always will care for you. But if that is your wife, I hope that she's good to you. Walking around, well, this old ghost town, looking for signs of life, with stories of gold and whispers so bold. Well, I know I'm too late just to say you are the one. I always do care for you, 'cause I am your wife, and I hope that I'm good to you, even if you want it and you had it. No trouble in asking, oh, you need it and you had it. No trouble in asking, riding around this one-horse town, hoping to run into you with nothing to say and nothing to prove. But you should know by now, well, if you are the one, I would always care for you. But if that is your wife, well, I hope that you try to stay true. Got to get some, got to be someone, got to stand up and shoulder this world. You had to toughen just to get things done. You had to stand out. He gave you a word, he said any help from you would do. Any way to get it through, and you sure look good, but soft inside. You're not ready, running high, gotta get some, got to be someone, got to stand up and shoulder this world. You had to toughen just to get things done. I had to stand up. I gave him my word, and he said any help from you would do. Any way to get it through, and you sure look good, soft inside. You're not ready, running high. Da, 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 da. And you're the only one left at the party, and you're the only one thinking of you. Man, it's too late to have another, and in the morning it'll be the end of you. And you're the only one looking for trouble, and you're the only one wishing there was more. Man, you can't drink like you used to, and in the morning it'll be the end of you. And in the morning it'll be the end of you. See, well, nobody need know what it is you do and don't, but this as you turn into, like a lump deep in your throat, has you worried, has you choked. Well, she's always on your mind, she's always on your mind. mind. She's always on your mind. With that picture of her hair and the smell of her skin bare, it drives you oh so I find a sweet, sweet boy to take you. Find a sweet, sweet girl to take me away. Sweet, sweet boy to take you. Find a sweet girl to take me. See, well, nobody know what it is you do and don't, but this as you turn into like a drunkard on a boat, speeding finally to the coast. Oh, you wish you could lay your head, but she's always on your mind. She's always on your mind. She's always on your mind. With that picture of her hair and the smell of her skin bare, it drives you oh so I find a sweet, sweet boy to take you. Find a sweet, sweet girl to take me away. Sweet, sweet boy to take you. Find a sweet girl to take me. Nobody know. She nobody know. No, it couldn't be love, just miscalculated lust. It would pass in a day or two. No, it couldn't be love, just miscalculated lust. It would pass in a day or two. Yes, she's always on your mind. She's always on your mind. Well, she's always on your mind. She's always on your mind. She's always on your mind.
So this is going to be my final song, and it's called The Sweetest Drop. And I'm so glad that you could tune in and watch wherever you are. And it's been a pleasure playing music in this beautiful venue in Duncairn in Belfast. So thank you. And yeah, I'll finish it off with this.
Little mockingbird, how did you get home last night? And who did you kiss goodnight? I'm at a loss. A little hummingbird, how are you so pretty? Oh, compared to little old me, I'm on my own. Little mockingbird, how did you get home last night? And who did you kiss goodnight? I'm at a loss. A little hummingbird, I told you I was done with that, and I washed my hands, not looking back, 'cause I'm on the road. Wash me down and dress me in white. Oh, where I've seen some things I never want to ever see again. Oh, where I've seen some things that I'll never want to see again. save me now. I know you're under, I won't drink much, I wouldn't stay too long. Have you heard it before? No, I won't drink none, I won't touch none. If all that's what it means to you. No, I won't drink none, I won't touch none. If all that's what gets me to you. 'Cause you're the sweetest drop that I ever had. And I would not call it thirst compared to what I had for you. A little mockingbird, I don't even understand how you have the upper hand. I'm at a loss. A little hummingbird, I told you I was done with that, and I washed my hands, not looking back, 'cause I'm on the road. Thanks very much.
Well, this year, gur míle mai agad as chat isteach inniu agus gur magad a ríist as och the Codgebra or some na Hallina. Thank you very, very much for agreeing to come in today, and thanks for all your efforts and for delivering for the arts sector here. We've all been through, as a community and a society, the first stage of lockdown. It kind of reflected on people's willingness to embrace arts, creativity as a means of coping and keeping their mental health strong. And I know that you've recently been in isolation.
I was.
So I suppose I'd just like to find out, how did you cope? Did you and the family find that you turned towards that?
Me and George, our Kayla, with 2 head colds. So the youngest is in the house, he's 22, so I trailed them all over to get tested. And the early hours the next morning, I was negative and those 2 were positive, right? So they're downstairs watching Netflix and eating fries, and I'm upstairs isolating, right, in a room on my own. I just done what I normally do. I put my phone on, got my Bluetooth speaker on, and just got stuck into work. And I listen to all different types of music, right?
Yeah.
All different types. So I just literally went through loads of playlists I had.
We know that you love your music, and I see you on Twitter and tweeting Ralph McLean and laugh at some of your selections of songs and go, flip me, she's terrible taste. I'm only kidding.
Stop it, watch your mouth out.
Well, to me, and that's what I love, I associate music and singing and laughter and storytelling with growing up in Belfast.
And our Kiana was born on the 4th of January 1986, the day Phil Lynott died, right? So I was in labour, and the nurse put the radio on, and so I always say to her, I'll never forget your birthday. Phil Lynott died. She went, really, Ma? Really? Like, seriously? You'll never forget my birthday? Your first child, your only daughter?
Yeah.
No, you'll not forget my birthday because that's the day Phil Lynott died, you know, so...
Yeah. I know also that you embroider.
I do.
Do you do it like just for yourself, or do you do things for other people?
Well, I make things for other people. So I've made a couple of quilts. I made a quilt for Women's Aid. I made a quilt for the Children's Hospice. I made a quilt for Grace Family Centre when they opened.
I know, like myself, you're fond of doing a bit of baking as well.
I love baking stuff. I'm a feeder.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm a feeder, right? So I love baking stuff and giving it to people.
I think that's a pleasure of cooking.
Yeah.
Yes, eating it, but making it and seeing how people react to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, I suppose you take it back to here.
I remember coming up here one Sunday morning. We were doing...
Super, was it?
Do you remember Super Sunday? Yeah. And it was probably, I think it was one of them weeks where it was just mental, right? And limoncello were playing.
That's right.
Do you remember?
I do, it was other voices.
Another
It
voice,
was Other
right?
Voices Super Sunday, yeah.
And I was sitting at the back, and I see within like 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
it was all gone.
Yeah. It reflects proper community. Do you think the arts are important in that respect? Cementing the fabric of community and bringing people together and giving them a sense of place?
I grew up in Carrickhill, didn't go to the Grand Opera House, didn't go to any theatre at all. I never had a desire to. But for me, the art was in our kitchen.
No.
You know, so it was the music. Do you remember the big gramophones you have,
Yep.
the big sideboards?
Yeah,
It was
do,
like,
yep.
and that was really good sound out of them,
Yeah.
especially if there was nobody in the house, you could turn it up, you could feel the pictures and all shaking.
I
It was
remember
class.
listening-
But for me, it is art. So it was always about music and the storytelling as well, the culture of passing things on.
Yeah.
My dad was like really liberal, but very strict when it came to education.
Yep.
And I was the oldest girl, so it was like he had me going to university and he had me whatever. So I went and done homework sometimes when I was, you know, doing, as we call it, our records.
Mm-hmm.
I went down to the Central Library and I still felt I shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
And I was, 2 minutes
Yep.
away from my
Yes.
home. And what's more, the people in the library reminded me I shouldn't have been
Yes,
there.
no, that's the thing too.
And
So-
thank God libraries are changed because I think they're liberating places.
No, I think they're a brilliant thing and they're a thing that we need.
I remember me and Michelle O'Neill. Michelle was the Minister of Agriculture at the
Mm-hmm.
time and I was in Carál. And the two of us sat down and worked out. And this is where the working class came out in both of us. So we were trying to work out how we're going to save libraries, right? So she was going to do it from a real point of view. So see, because she introduced that money,
Yeah.
I meant to say I could keep libraries in working class areas in particular open longer.
Yep.
Because I was going, no, you don't close them, Mary, you keep them open longer.
Keep them open longer.
Not everybody has Wi-Fi and everybody has computers. You know, not only do you keep them open, you put the heating on and you give them tea and coffee and hot chocolate and all the rest of it. See the people working in the library, they love that. I find myself defensive when I hear, you know, some of the bigger establishments talking about what they need, and they do need money, so I'm not denying that, right? But I know as we speak, or the wee group up in the Ardoyne GAA, right?
Yep.
And they're socially distancing in a hall and they're packing Halloween parcels for kids.
Yep.
And they got 300 quid and they're absolutely delighted.
Yeah.
And I know it's about proportionality and I know it's about perspectives and I get all that and I don't mean that as a criticism. But I'm glad I'm still grounded.
100%.
I'm glad I'm still grounded because I know that arts are inspirational. My mental health is really in a good place because of music, because of baking, because of sewing and all the other stuff I do. That's how I look after myself. That's my self-care. But my kids are like that. And it's like passed down the generations. So I think we're duty bound to give people the opportunity to do that. And you can't do that unless you invest in it.
I'm always saying about the music and bringing people. You see, if there's one kid sitting down in New Lodge Road tonight that doesn't know that he could be a genius on the cello because he's never had access or never seen anybody playing the cello.
So
That's what we should be thinking. If you can take one kid and point him in the directions of finding
her.
some...
Or her.
Yes, sorry, apologies, them. Yep, of course. But if you can take one young person and open up the opportunity to explore
So here's
their
my
talents.
But here's my challenge. So how many kids in New Lodge have access to instruments?
100%. If I can just ask you, and it's do you think the arts will ride this out? Will it come out stronger? Will it be depleted? Will it look different?
No, the arts are very resilient. I have a department that has billions of pounds in it. And it is scary. But this area has grounded me to make those decisions, as has my family. And I'm working with good people. I'm working with some really brilliant civil servants who really are busting to do the right thing.
There are some people that are slipping through the net. How do we look after those people?
So I watched a programme last night, I think it was BBC Two, The Apprentices, all the chefs. Danny Miller was on. So it came to a bit where COVID was announced and he went, I don't know how we're going to look after these kids. You know, and I could see the anxiety on him. But say the arts money, I remember it was announced and there was some criticism because I said, I'm looking after people first who can't get access to public funds. That 33 million was come to executive. It wasn't ring fence for the arts. It's called unhypothecated.
No, I understand. I remember having that
Do
conversation.
you remember?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it could have went into health or anything. So once the executive agreed, and as I said to you, fair play to them, they agreed, no bother. See, when I started talking about what I was wanting to do, there wasn't one person round that table who said, really?
Anyhow, Minister, I think we've chewed the fat long enough here. Gormagad Arist as a chat is Jack. And thank you very, very much for coming in.
Yo, my name's Jack Loughrey, more affectionately known as Some Deadbeat, aka the word on the street. This is us in the Duncairn. Thanks to Ray, certainly out. This one's called Remember. I remember when I was just a young man, I did the best that I could with the best that I had. And what I had was zigzags and a pocket with 6 bags of cushion, a bush where you can get your hands on titty mags. I was made in the Maiden City, lads. Came a long way since the day shit was pretty mad. I had an opportunity that my dad didn't have, so I had to take it and make it like it was Breaking Bad. I sought out tuition, but no food for thought. I was starved of nutrition like something was missing. I was just existing, trying to make a living, making love and poetry and bad decisions. I was sitting, waiting, wishing on a premonition, had to take the vision, make it my mission, because I used to dream about it. Now the people listen, so I don't dream, I live it. I'm just reminiscing. I remember that first night when my fist gripped the mic tight, like I tied with Tyson for a title in a cage fight. Why'd the crowd take a bow and exit off stage right, late night, drinking, coming home when it was daylight. I'm the text the missus saying, sorry, I missed date night. Got in the way of things, and it spun me upside down like an episode of Stranger Things, but I felt balling because London came calling. Remember me is the best thing that you never heard about, till the word got out through the word of mouth, leaving no doubt like I was Gwen Stefani. Got the boys behind me picking up my pieces, I'd be dead in a ditch if it wasn't for these, believe it. I got my reasons why I don't believe in Jesus. I'm not trying to sound facetious when I say that I feel blessed. Son of a strange world, got it tattooed on my chest, yet this world is so absurd that what the fuck could happen next? Guns cocking, bombs dropping, bodies in coffins. Whole world's turning rotten, yet they must have forgotten that we're just animals who like to keep it casual, but your head estates put head in place like cannibals, like Hannibal Lecter. Get that shit together. It's a dog-eat-dog world, but we need to do better. Because to weather the storm, then it needs to get wetter. But when it rains, it pours, and nothing lasts forever. Remember.
So that's it for another episode of Take Two, and I'm delighted to say that from next weekend we will be bringing this programme to you on a weekly basis up until Christmas. So we hope that you're going to join us over the coming weeks as the nights start to close in around us and we prepare for the Christmas period. We also have a new podcast coming from the centre here in the coming weeks, and that's going to be brought to you by our writer-in-residence, Colin Hazard. And this week, Colin sits down with Belfast legend and musician Joby Fox for a really interesting chat. So you can tune into that through our social media channels. And if you want to support the programme and support the work that we do here at the centre, you will find the various ways that you can donate to our work through our YouTube and Facebook pages. And please like and share the streams as much as possible because it helps us to spread our message. So to all of our artists, musicians, speakers, creative people who contributed to tonight's episodes, a huge thank you on behalf of all of the team here at the centre, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Ihoai.
Cut.